Hey guys, what's going on? Pride London here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're pushing for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and it's a big old task, but if we can do that, that'll be absolutely amazing. So, of course, you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. I will really appreciate that. But today's little video is about Timo Werner, and Chelsea accept Liverpool will complete Timo Werner transfer, which is, if this is true, very disappointing, because a lot of Chelsea fans are sort of relying on us bringing in a top striker next season, and Timo Werner was the name on most people's lips. And if we take a look through this article here, it'll just outline Chelsea have accepted defeat in the pursuit of Timo Werner, believe he'll sign for Liverpool instead. The German international is a target for several top European clubs, including Manchester United. We'll go down here. We've turned our focus elsewhere after accepting they are favourites to sign him. Apparently Timo Werner is just a big fan of Liverpool and Klopp and wants to buy into that whole thing. I don't know how it'll work with, Firmino, Salah, and Mane in that team. Maybe one of them's leaving and that's why he's looking at coming in. I don't know, but it is a bit of a shame to see that he probably is going to be going to Liverpool. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is a big admirer of the frontman, and Stamford Bridge Chiefs believes he'll be moving to Merseyside. So that is disappointing, but as we can see here, so they'll instead focus on bringing Lyon forward Moussa Dembele to West London, according to The Athletic. Now that's an odd one, because I've also heard that we will not be bringing Moussa Dembele in because he will be too expensive. So unless now our focus is now going to be Moussa Dembele, but really working on that fee, maybe, some sort of swap deal with Michy Batshuayi, something along those lines is possible. We'd have to wait and see, I suppose. But let's compare the two players. Obviously, we know about Timo Werner. We've wanted him for a while. Bundesliga, he's got 21 goals, 7 assists. With a 7.58 rating, which is pretty damn solid. If we're taking in all competitions, then it's 31 goals and 9 assists for this season. So, this guy is pretty good, and it'd be a real disappointment not to get him on board, because 31 goals are 48 games. If we're talking, Bundesliga, Champions League, then he's totaling 25 goals and 9 assists. So that is really good. That's really good numbers for a striker. Like Tammy isn't hitting those sort of numbers, so this guy plus Tammy would have been a great combination, especially given that he can play out on the wing. As you can see down here, he can play striker, cam, sort of like a left midfielder, and then a winger. And that is pretty sweet to have a versatile attacker like that. Strengths are finishing, hold on to the ball, passing, key passes. Weaknesses: offsides, aerial duels, crossing, defensive contribution. Likes to counter-attack, which is something we've seen from Chelsea for years. Not so much as of recent times, but counter-attacking has been the core of Chelsea for a long time. Likes to get inside, play short passes, dribble, and does not dive into tackles. And here you can see his recent games, leading up to this sort of break that we're in at the moment. He's been in okay form, definitely not the greatest. He's gone up quite a few games without scoring, but in general across the season his numbers have been pretty damn impressive. And then we move over to Moussa Dembele, who is 1 year younger. As you can see, 24 years old for Timo Werner, 23 years old for Moussa Dembele, who is also a bit taller. He's about 6 foot tall. I think Timo Werner is like 5'11"-ish, somewhere about there. So we'll take a look. In Liga 1, he's scored 16 goals with 2 assists, which isn't actually bad numbers from 24 games, with an average rating of 7.06. Taking into consideration the Champions League, 6 appearances with no goals, no assists, so not so good there, 6.5 rating. But overall, in all these competitions, 47 appearances, 25 goals, 2 assists. So, not bad numbers at all, but certainly a tier below Timo Werner. You can see it coming on as a sub. He has not performed very well. I don't know how many minutes he's been getting in those sort of sub appearances, so that could just be him coming on with 10 minutes to go, which is a little unfair to judge a player on. But starting at striker, 32 appearances from starting, 17 goals, 2 assists. So definitely not bad at all. Like, if he could do that across a Premier League season, which is 38 games, around, you'd imagine he'd hit 20 plus then. That would be some pretty good numbers. Although the opposition in the Premier League is harder compared to Liga 1, so maybe around that 20 mark would be where he'd be hitting, which isn't far off, I think, what we would see from Tammy if we see this season continue and he wasn't injured for a good portion of it. That might have actually been around the number that we're seeing with Tammy, so not too much of a bounce up from Tammy, who's on, is it 13 goals I think in the league this season. So not too bad if we consider he's on 16 and against easier opposition. Is this so much of an upgrade from Tammy? You've got to ask those sort of questions. His characteristics are strong at finishing, weak at holding onto the ball and passing, which isn't great because we do like to sort of have Tammy hold onto the ball and then offload it to someone else, make a run into the box and then see if he can finish there. And he likes to dribble, so that is, it's quite a nice attribute for a striker. And then here you can see his recent games, getting some decent goals. There's a few games here that he goes missing in, which is a bit of a worry. Of course, he played 85 minutes in this game, didn't get anything. 65 minutes in this game, got nothing. You've got to be a little concerned with going missing. 3 games, 1 goal. 3 games, goal and assist. 2 games later, 2 goals. That's actually a great performance. But it does seem to be like one little blip, then nothing. Then one little blip, then nothing. Like a striker, ideally, you want to be seeing a little more consistency than 2 or 3 games between each goals that you're getting. But of course, not a bad signing. For the price, though, I think he would be quite expensive for a player that is this like an elite level player that's above Tammy. Like, I think Timo Werner with these sort of numbers, 24 appearances, 21 goals, would be so much better, but there's not much you can do. If a player's decided, I want to go to this club, I know that this club and this club and this club are all after me, but this is the one that I want to go to. For us to persuade him otherwise either means a lot of money, or sometimes you can't even offer enough money. Like, we could offer him an extra 100 grand a week than what Liverpool are offering, but if he's got money, he doesn't necessarily need another 100 grand a week. I'm sure he's living very comfortably on his current wage. So, money isn't always a persuader in these sort of deals, and it definitely can be, and I'm sure it could maybe make him turn his head a little bit. But if he's set on going to Liverpool, like this article seems to suggest, then there may be not much we can do about it, and we can't blame the board or anyone like that much for it, because if he doesn't buy into our vision with Frank and all these youth players and bringing in Hakim Ziyech, trying to get Jadon Sancho, then maybe it's just not meant to be, which is a bit unfortunate. But let me know what you guys think on this situation. If we can't get Timo Werner, would you be happy taking Moussa Dembele, even though the fee would likely be a little higher than we maybe want to see us spending? For a player that isn't bringing in, a crazy amount of goals, it's an iffy one indeed. And if there's any other people, other than Timo Werner and Moussa Dembele, that you think we should be picking up, let me know in that comment section. But this will be the end of the video, guys. As I mentioned, we are pushing for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So, is it possible? Let me check my phone. We are currently sat on the 16th of March. So we're halfway through the month, and I think there's roughly 130 subscribers to go as of recording this video. It's a very big ask, and it might have to, be the month after that we push for it in April. Maybe if the football's back on by then, it'll be a little more attainable, but we'll see. I'd really appreciate it if you guys do subscribe. That'd mean the world to me. But yeah, of course, remember to like as well. End of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.